Welcome to episode 16 of this Factorio playthrough, which we are doing with a random recipe modifier and also a fairly large technology multiplier. We are now working through some blue sciencey stuff. We've got like a pretty reasonably happy base, kind of. The biters are not enjoying the amount of pollution we're putting on the map, but that was always going to be the case. And yeah, we've got this blue science build over here now, which is like pretty large. This including the ghosts, it is, I believe, as large as it needs to be. 480 assemblers, which should be enough because of this particular fairly strange blue science recipe of 48 seconds per cycle. This should be enough to give us 9, or including the ghosts when we get around to building that, this should be enough to give us 900 science per minute, which we need because we have a 200 times tick multiplier and we just have, hundreds of thousands of science to work through. So that's, we extended this in between. It's now got kind of enough stuff. We need to provide more iron because, let's mouse over this again. The 2 chemical science packs, like, there's barely any copper or stone or coal usage. It's all iron plate and iron ore. We need more iron. So that's why we are over here, where we kind of died a couple of times yesterday. Having ghosted a bunch of stuff, which we'll build in between. I think we're going to use this space to just smelt it all here, figure out where train stations go. Oh, trains. Let's talk about that briefly. Because, we still need more iron ore on a train. We just need to be mining more iron ore, because that turns out to be what we are lacking at the moment. But also, let's look at the science train, because we changed this. We've now got a circuit condition equal to 2, and then a time waiting at the lab station. 1,000 seconds is a while. I was looking at this thinking, okay, we've got 4,000 blue science on... Why do we have any... I guess these guys are all holding flasks or something. Oh, well, never mind. There should be... Yeah, this is a better example. 4,000 of each science, so we've got 16,000 science over a train, which if we are processing at... That's solar panels. It's a different thing that has roughly that shape. Yeah, if we're processing that at 900 SPM, which we are kind of not, because this is a slow tech, and there's a lot of red science built up there. There's like more than half of the red science is just kind of backed up and slow, which means we could probably even add labs. Because this is already a slow tech. This is what, like a 60? Yeah, this is a 60-second tech. And then other things we're looking at are 30 seconds, which means we could be... Yeah, I think we can still add labs to that and still be lab speed blocked even for 30-second techs. But yeah, what'll happen is this train will... I mean, we could probably just do this now. This train will, like, wait it out and then head to the other station. And then, be blocked on rail signals, that's fine. And then when that happens, this train will decide that it's time to swap places with the other station. This is the train count. So when the train count is equal to 2 at the blue science station, the train that's here will leave, and the trains will swap places. And the delay on 1,000 seconds is about long enough to use a large portion of the science that would be present if it was running. I mean, it's kind of bad because there's this whole point where we could be putting all of this stuff in boxes, but we're not. It's just going to all kind of build up on the belt. Oh, well, probably not even the biggest thing we're worried about. Like, where is the rest of the train at the moment? We do need... Yeah, it's over here. We do need to rearrange some of these. Like, I think we need some tactical stackers. But yeah, the other thing we just need is more iron for a variety of reasons. Like, I think even the switches are... Okay, the switches currently have enough iron, but we also just need more iron in several ways. So that's kind of why we are over here. But the thing, then we've got, landmines that we kind of used last time. We've ferried over a lot of stuff, which I can use to do this build, which is nice. I also don't want all this... actually, I do... Yeah, let's get rid of the landfill from our inventory by building the space that we will need. There's a tiny bit of coal here, which I'm a little bit sad about building over, but whatever. It's also the world's 218k. I mean, it's not actually a small coal patch. Richness and density things, but it's also, like, we're not going to be able to get enough out of that to do anything with, and it's also kind of in the way, so we're just going to build over and forget it. If there was more coal there, maybe we would use that as a fuel source for the smelting, but we're not. So yeah, so do I still have the blueprint of this thing? I think that's a different one. Yeah, this is the one that we want to go, except there's a splitter in a different place. Yeah, this is more or less going to be the pattern that we will build at some point, although I'm not sure about the power poles. And then, yeah, this is going to be the 6 lanes. Do I have 6 splitters there? I do have 6 splitters there, yeah. So it's going to be 6 lanes of iron plate processing. We've got 230 mining drills on this patch, and then, okay, you know, ghosts thereof, rather than actually all of it. And then also another, how many of these? 139? Can we get, yeah, we do actually want a little more. We want to be able to get all the miners on all of this stuff, because we can. Even though these are ghosts, we've got to do this as well at some point. And then I was contemplating putting, like, this smelting, just, like, blocking this off and just running this train thing out, and then decided, actually, for 2 reasons, it's probably going to be useful to have another train line out over here in case we're doing anything with it, although these biters are kind of scary. Like, what? Evolution 0.66? 42% big biters? Sure. Then decided that we weren't going to do that. We were going to run the trains up here, so hopefully not too much of this stuff is in the way. And then I probably also need to landfill a bunch of this stuff so that we can get... Yeah, I don't care about these mines. We have enough mines. Our production is pretty good. That's slightly in the wrong place. Okay, that's better. So I don't know what I'm doing with this branch, but also this branch I think is going to be the one we focus on immediately, because in addition to the smelting being ghosts and these miners being ghosts, all of these walls and flamethrowers are also ghosts, so we know where we're building stuff. Actually, where's the car? Did I pick up the car? Why do I only have 2 cars? I did leave another car over here. Sure, whatever. Yeah, in addition to needing to build all of these mining drills, which is not going to be super interesting, we also need to build all of these defenses, but more importantly, we need to get the flamethrowers something they can shoot. And we've got that on a train. We just need to get... This is supposed to be straight. We've got that on a train. We just want to get that train over here. Yeah, we've got it on this train, in fact, which I'm now thinking about moving this station to the top and making this double-headed, because am I ever going to need more than 1 train here? Maybe. Maybe for petrochem processing, but also petrochem processing is not really a thing. And we're occasionally losing bits of walls, and that's all fine. Okay, we've got to get more. Do we have everything else we need? We've got 5 tanks. We got pumps. Do we have pipes? We don't have pipes. Okay. Doing impressions of... Surely I have... Yeah, here we go. Here's some... We have a variety of useful things here. Doing impressions of bots and building everything ourselves, because we are still working towards building bots. Oh wait, that's actually the important thing that I was going to do at the beginning of this episode. Like, we have pushed a fair way through mining productivity 2, which is great because it'll get us a lot of mining, but also, especially given this cloud, especially given, yeah, these expansions, and then also, yeah, the biters are pushing through these walls pretty effectively. We need to, I think the thing we need to do is we need to, having got this blue science up, we need to pivot towards a combat spike so we can lock down an area before the situation gets too much worse. So, for example, our defense against these nests is just that we're not polluting them yet. That's it. There's no defenses between here and here. It's just wide open. There's a couple of gun turrets here protecting against polluting these guys around the lake. But yeah, and then similarly we've got one... Oh, I thought I'd locked this part here off, but we hadn't, so that's also kind of important. And our defense against these nests is we're also not polluting them. these are still walls, it's fine. Yeah, and then over here we need to defend, but I also reckon we want to push these nests out and just see what's over here and see if we can lock, like, yeah, we've scanned this bit. There's a bit of iron here, which is nice. Here could be a nice wall. Over here could be a nice wall. Maybe if we can figure out what this... Yeah, there's no land bridge there. Maybe we can figure out what happens over here and do a nice wall over here, which could be about the same size as this wall, so it's not... I mean, it's unpleasantly large, but in order to do that, I think we need a combat power spike. So, instead of the mining productivity, which is, yeah, sunk a lot of pollution into... researching a thing which is giving us no value, we are going to figure out how to get a couple of capsules, which I reckon is going to be useful. And then also, the other reason why I want the capsules is there's something I could build. Yeah, it was the night vision. Currently we have some nice modular armor which has some solar panels and batteries, and then nothing going on because how do we... Energy shields. We can build energy shields, and these are actually pretty straightforward to build. This is fine, and we can have some night vision. The other thing I was thinking about is getting a combat spike of, where is it, exoskeleton, and maybe also power armor. The thing is, this is... Oh, these are actually... Yeah, we're gonna go for this. I was thinking this was going to be like a large amount of research that we were not going to be able to push through, except that in comparison to like the 100,000 that we're looking at for mining productivity, I reckon we can actually head towards a combat spike of power armor, the legs, a couple of capsules. Who even knows whether or not we need the electric engines or the advanced electronic circuits? Like, we have no idea until I mouse over, which I'm not going to, how to actually make those legs. But I reckon if we could get those tools, we will be in a super good place to do a bunch of combat. And yeah, then we will be able to, because I think also... Like, because we're talking about dropping 6 red lanes of mining here, and yes, in theory with efficiency modules, but also these bases are just too close for me to really be happy with. So, train station here, train limit 1, this is going to be a request for crude oil for the wall, and we can't really use light oil at all, because we aren't doing anything. Like, the total collection of stuff we're currently doing with petrogas is turning it into solid fuel and putting that on a train to do nothing with it. Yeah, this would be super easy to just also fuel these. So I think we're just going to be using crude oil because we've got a lot of it and we've got nothing else to do with the gas. So where actually is this? Not that train, it's going to be this train, isn't it? Get over here to the wall oil. We're just going to go full to empty. And then we'll worry about that other station later. And then, yeah, tanks. We've got 2 locomotives. We can unpack this basically anywhere. Yeah, sure. But we do kind of need... Yeah, I think we're going to do this similar kind of thing, where we're going to pump... actually, let's not do it that way. Let's do this. Why did I bring so few underground pumps? Whatever. So this is going to be the station that controls whether or not this train runs, which is going to be necessary. We're going to have... Oh yeah, that train is not going to work at all, is it? Because there's another train that's in the way and we currently haven't signaled anything. So, let's just break this train off the network, and then everything else should be fine. And then while we're back here, also remember that we did get more of these. Did we get flamethrowers? We did. Did we get walls? Let's grab some walls. Let's put the landfill back, because we're not going to need that immediately. There's the train that we wanted to see. And then, I have 1 locomotive. So I can't actually... Did I bring... I'm pretty sure I had more locomotives over here because I was going to have a lot more trains to move all of this iron plate around. Somewhere here. I'm not a very good bot. I'm being the best bot that I can. but it's still tricky to do the normal bot things of figuring out which item is where in the storage chests. And then we also need, yeah. So some of those went in the correct place, but also more likely just not. I didn't bring power poles. I thought I had everything that I needed. We did not, okay. We still need to grab some of this fuel to fuel the other side of this thing. Okay, fine. So I guess we're going... And I'm pretty sure we do have a large collection of power poles over here. I'm pretty sure this box, this kind of semi-storage box of stuff. Yeah, here we go. Bunch of poles. Okay. I think we can start to... is that true? Do I have... Let's do the other thing we also wanted to be doing, which is the fuel plan for the smelting, because we built over the coal that we don't care about. There's not really anything else around here. We're going to do the same thing we previously did, whereby... Yeah, give me a couple of modules. Give me... We don't need to worry about that yet. We want... I think we want 4 of each of these. Maybe we do 5, and we're going to do the same... or on-site oil processing into... yeah, oh, I didn't bring power over here, we got the poles, but never mind. The same on-site oil process into... let's put that over there instead. Yeah, into gas, into solid fuel from the gas, and that's going to be the fuel plan. Let's have... Get some power here. Where is this going to connect? I guess we can just build that at the same time because it's all going to be useful. And then, yeah, that's sure. You are going to be, yeah, signal in, chain out. We do also need, I think we need something resembling some stackers of... Not necessarily a normal looking stacker situation, but the kind of stacker situation that will let us not have quite all of these trains quite so congested. Because it's going to be a problem when we try to scale things out. Yeah, let's just, I guess, run this power through the smelting. That one kind of messed up because there's a landmine in the way. And now we should have, I can't tell, no, something, we failed to do something somewhere. Oh, that pole didn't actually connect to, sure, fine. Things we're enjoying a whole lot. Okay. Oh, blueprint things, these guys didn't connect, sure, cool, great. This was supposed to be a quick section at the beginning of the video to go, hey, we've kind of lined all of this stuff up and now we can go and do the annoying parts of building it up, but I don't think we are. I think, because also this is on the silly side, where there aren't any other parts, I think we're just going to do this with a very normal looking power grid setup. Which is, this is now working, which means we should have, yeah, we've got all that oil just around to be processed, which is nice. Okay, let's go and set up the other things that we wanted to before we get into kind of the, I was going to call it drudgery, I think I'm still going to call it drudgery. It's the things you have to do when you are doing science multiplier mods. Enable, disable, oil less than, say, 5,000. So these tanks will empty, and this also means, like, this setup here means that, yeah, then also pump out here and just start doing flamethrower things right here. I think, yeah, this setup will mean that when this station turns on, there won't be any oil in these tanks at all, which means there will be space to fully empty all of those fluid wagons. That's the purpose of that little tank there. And then I think we also want to take... I guess we're doing this here as well. We want to take this oil probably somewhere down here. I think this is going to be easier to do with some pipes rather than not, and also landmines. I still don't care about them. We just have a lot of landmines at this point. That's an aspect that we're going pretty well at, I believe. Let's also check in on the labs. I want to see whether or not the labs are continuing to push through this rate of military science, and the answer is no, because we don't have the military science. Okay, you get out of here. Let's get the other train in here and see whether or not the other train has military science. Oh, we're going at the rate of 3 fast inserters. Okay, fine. In that case, no, we're just gonna continue working on it. We'll push through this stuff. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Somewhere we have this little petrochem set up. Yeah, we previously had these as a 1 refinery to 2 chem plants, and I looked at the ratios more, and they are in fact better suited to 1 to 1. So that's what we're doing. I said we wanted 5, didn't we? So this is 5 of these guys, and we can put it. Can we put it just here? I think we probably can put it like just here. Then does that connect power? It does. And yeah, oh yeah, the other reason we should probably mention the other reason why all of this pollution cloud is just getting worse again is it used to be that basically every assembler 2 had a pair of efficiency modules in it, which is, you know, nice, that's getting it done. But then we got to blue science, and we have, you know, a decent chunk of assemblers, currently 360, which we still want to get more of, that are, yeah, straight up just all prod mods. So that's another reason why our pollution footprint has jumped a bit recently. As these, that's iron ore, because we're not looking at pollution. Pollution over the last 10 hours is, yeah, electric mining drills, still going kind of weird, and then assemblers, yeah, and then these spikes here are when the trains aren't at the blue science station. But yeah, our pollution is increasing again, and yeah, the amount of pollution we're putting into nests of various kinds is also going way up. So that's, yeah, a thing to continue to worry about. Is this... Okay. I don't have the inserters because we left those in a different box, like a good bot. Yeah, so let's take this to the other oil connection. Which is all the way over here. Yeah, we might have to do some wall maintenance as well. Maybe we should also pump out of this tank into another tank. I think that's a decent call. Do I have any more tanks? I don't have any more tanks. Okay, so we're not doing that. So yeah, we've got our fuel solution down here. I've got a lot of miners to put down. I think the thing we're still going to do first, because it's going to be kind of necessary as soon as we start doing anything here, is we've got to get all these walls in. So that's probably going to be a thing that just happens. Yeah, that I do kind of now. We do a little editing jump. I've got those in the wrong place again. Cool. Yeah, we need to lock this area down. We need to like come up with a corner plan that we like. We probably want some radars like here and then also down here. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to build now, which is going to look super normal. And yeah, we're going to skip it. Yeah, so we're midway through building all of this stuff, and we're having a minor emergency, because it turns out that somewhere down here... Okay, fine. Why not? Can we get there from here? Yes, good. Yeah, something around here has got messed up, and we did not connect a pipe properly. Is it this pipe? Somewhere around here a pipe is not connected properly. Yeah, we've got no crude oil, which is... here. That's where the problem is, which we just went past. But yeah, the subsequent issue that we are experiencing is that I noticed that as there was a bunch of beeping that I decided to pay attention to, yeah, a lot of these flamethrowers currently don't have fuel. So fortunately, And then we're apparently also... Oh yeah, that's also the same oil problem. It's fine, we can restore that in a bit. Yeah, fortunately we have these turrets and red ammo from when I was picking stuff up at the other build, but also we don't have any walls at the moment. So, first fairly important thing, I suppose we should go and put that piece of underground pipe back. That's kind of a big deal, because the flamethrowers over here that are also doing combat will also be struggling with this concept. Yeah, you've got crude oil, now you can have crude oil. I'm pretty sure we are pumping it in? Yes. So we are pushing, nearly 1,000 oil a second back into the wall structures, which is fine. That crisis is averted. This network is slowly building up its oil again, which is nice. And yeah, I need to do a bit of a wall maintenance run. I mean, I could pick up these walls. We're not going to. That sounds boring and slow. Yeah, and then the reason why these smelters were out of fuel is also because these refineries are on the same oil system, which did not have oil, so now it does. That's much nicer. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some more walls from the wall. I'm gonna fix this up. Yeah, that was an exciting little thing. Yeah, we still haven't finished building the other new iron mining out to the east, but we have at least bumped some of this iron ore up to, like, red belts, probably, because the blue science is... I'm doing okay for iron ore at the moment. Apparently we've kind of solved that problem. Sure, blue science is going... I mean, the techs are advancing, sure. Let's go and get the other stuff built as well. So yeah, labs upgrade was the thing I mentioned, and we're kind of doing that at the moment. We feel a little bit silly about it because we, don't have nearly enough science to make all of this work. We are low on blue science. But I think I'm okay with that because in some cases, yeah, like the blue science has all the stuff it needs. It's not short of any particular ingredients. It's just, all running, which is fine. Okay, other than the submachine guns, for which we need a whole lot of light armor, because yeah, this patch is kind of running down now. We're short on smelting here. This patch is doing what it can. This is why we were making the other iron. So I think I'm pretty happy about deciding to upgrade the labs at this moment. But I think also the other realization is, if we don't have the blue tech to do this stuff that we want, what else of the other non-blue techs could we have? Out of the military options, I think defender robots, which, I mean, they're immediately a combat spike. We don't know if we're going to need to build them. Maybe we need to research something else. Maybe we need defender robots for something else. Who knows? But all of this, and then yeah, also this weird little coal thing is done at this point, so we can kind of clear that out the way. And yeah, continue with this little labs extension, and then go finish building the rest of the thing. But yeah, defender robots are also in the process, I guess, because yeah, blue science thinks, sure, resource constraints. So we've got all of this stuff plugged in now, he allegedly claimed. That's not the right key. Yeah, but we've got this this deconstruction planner set to ghosts and items on the ground, which will tell us that we haven't missed anything in that part of the build, and we haven't missed anything in this. Okay, there's a piece of iron ore on the ground, that's fine. So we've got all our mining. We've added like 6 lanes of mining and smelting, and I expect no complaints from the biters, even though they're right here and we're kind of already polluting them, but never mind. Actually, is the important part. Yeah, I think this nook here indicates that we are in fact polluting the space. So if they decide to run anywhere other than... Oh, I guess we've still got defenses over here, but that situation is sketchy. Yeah, so let's get the rest of this thing powered. Somewhere I figured out which kind of layout we were going to use for all these power poles based on... It's kind of a weird setup, using as much as we can of the medium power pole range. Like I think these... Yeah, these mining lanes kind of go in threes. There's one that has power poles on the inside and outside, and then one that has power poles on either side of the middle lane, and then this... Yeah... Things that work fine because we happen to be building a multiple of 3 of smelting, but never mind. So yeah, this is going to kick everything off again. We'll then figure out how we can get all of this stuff into trains, and I don't think we're doing the same old station. I don't think we're going to do a chest station. I think we're going to figure out how to do a thing that looks a lot like this stuff, because it doesn't take up too much space. And then these guys are also... Yeah, so we've got all the iron ore in places that we need. So the blue science is probably... Yeah, we do need an output stacker here. We are occasionally running into problems where one of these trains will be trying to leave at the same time as another train is trying to arrive for a different resource, and then they can kind of block it. So I think, yeah, another output stacker here will kind of sort that out. Yeah, you're loading a bunch of blue science, which is fine. Yeah, let's, I did bring all the landfill, didn't I? Yeah. Like, what I think I'd like to... I think we've got 6 red belts, which to me says 3 train stations. And I think what I want to do is, rather than trying to figure out how to have a stacker here, I think we want to run the trains around the outside of the patch so that we can use that space as stacking. Yeah, that's where the stackers will go. And then over here, I think we probably, for the same reason, probably want some kind of output stacker in this collection of stations as well. Is that going to be... I mean, maybe it's enough space, but the other interesting thing being, yeah, all these mining jewels we've just powered on, we're not going to bother mixing these again. Each of these are going to provide full red belts, and then the train is going to be... in each case where we're doing stuff like that, the train is going to be the buffer. I guess we're using wood as a fuel. Yeah, let's... So if we have trains pathing in all the way over here, we can... This looks like a good place to have a station feed. Somewhere down here, right? We would need to go all the way around the patch and then also landfill this, but whatever. I think I should have started from a different place. I think I should have started... Oh, also this is going to be specifically one way. Yeah, trains going over here. We want to avoid the patch. It looks like we are going to have to demolish a couple of trees. Oh well. But I think by... Maybe we can start the stacker... Maybe we can even start the stacker like here, so it's only to here that we actually need to worry about duplicating the rail lines. But we're still going to need to landfill all of this section. I guess having wandered away from... Yeah, running a landfill. Oh well. I guess having run away from... Yeah, we're now trying to figure out where things go in multiple places. Did I have more landfill? Was that all the landfill that I brought with me to do this build? Looks like it might be. Yeah, okay. So we need to go and get more landfill. And I think I do that first, rather than trying to figure out where any of these trains go. Why don't I have trains? Give me at least my... Not that one. Some of this stuff. So we've got train fuel here, although I think we're also just going to be using this solid fuel. Okay, let's go and get more landfill. Landfill should be down here by the pipes. But I also don't think that the pipes have a fuel situation yet, do they? They do not. Oh well. As we're here, I believe we have researched some new techs that we are interested in. We can make a combat shotgun. We can make a combat shotgun with uranium ore, which we cannot obtain yet, so I guess we are pretty happy about not needing a combat shotgun. Yeah, this is the reason I was worried about nuclear. There's a whole lot of different objects that nuclear introduces to the construction, and we might need them for any number of crazy things. And apparently we need them for combat shotguns. Give me all of this? Sure, I'll have all of it. Okay, so combat shotguns we are probably not getting for a while. Then we also wanted slowdown capsules, which need conveniently things we already have. We need a bunch of stone. And then the reason we need the slowdown capsules is to be able to make the night vision, which we want, I guess one of. Energy shields, yeah, we looked at before, that's pretty easy. That's logistic packs, that's fine. Poison capsules are also things we can already just make with mining drills of all things. Okay, sure. So that's pretty nice. Actually, we are a little bit through Defender Capsule at the moment. What does it take to make Defender Capsules? It takes plastic, which I don't think we make yet, electronic circuits, and steel, all of which are things we can make. What does it take to make plastic? It takes repair kits, so much repair kits. Okay, so it's also just stone. And then sulfur is water and crude oil, sure. Batteries are sulfur and repair packs, and acid. And then acid today is made out of electronic circuits and mining drills. So all of these are things we can make. And there's electric engines as well, but I don't know if we're going to need those yet, so whatever. Let's figure out how we are going to make... Do we want a train station like... It is basically this spacing, isn't it? 3 train stations long, but like that much of a thing. And then we want them in a position where there's enough space to maneuver in both fuel and all the belts of stuff, and I think here is going to go fine. But then we also want enough of a stacker here, or like enough space for a further stacker here, so that a train leaving, but yeah, basically we are continuing to have train network problems. This is not going to be blue science, this is going to be iron plates. Iron here, these are going to be train limit 3. Yes. And then, what other iron plate provisions do we have? Like, there's this one which is full, but might not be if we're hitting that hard enough. Where else? I don't remember where else, if anywhere, we're putting iron plates on a train. Because it's not, over here is just ore. This one, these ones are all just going into blue science. I do not think we are putting iron plates. Are we putting on iron plates on a train over here? No. No, because there's no iron over here, which is why we're not using it for that. Yeah, so how many... We have 5 trains associated, 1 of which is on the move, 3 of which are here, and the other is... Yeah, these 2 and the 3 in the other station. So I think we possibly even discontinue this train station as providing iron, maybe, after we get the rest of this stuff built. But yeah, I have 270 rail, okay, fine. Yeah. Then we also want to be able to fuel these trains in a sensible way. But yeah, this here, I want enough space between this output and then connecting back to this line, like so that we can get another train. Yeah, that's enough space. So we can have one train sitting in here that's already waiting to go somewhere after it's picked a destination, and then these 3 stations will be our 3 iron stations. And then we've got to put stackers, yeah, kind of input stackers, and then all this stuff doesn't matter, and then all those, yeah, these... Can they go on this side? They can go on this side. No, because we also need to, yeah, we're going to have a lot more stuff through there. Okay, fine. Yeah, because we want to be able to have... We're bringing the rail all the... Could we... I don't think we want to run the rail through there. I think that's way too much of a mess. But we could have and by could have I mean this is absolutely the plan, is, yeah, figure out where the end of each of these trains are, which is more or less where we are, so that's fine. Should we get these trains loading before we start worrying about... I think that's a compelling plan. Yeah, let's remember that we need this landfill. All the landfill can go there. Find out where the trains are. Yeah, worry about also not having night vision. Give me some number of these things. Yeah, and then we can... I think we have enough red belt to get most of this set up. These guys... Okay, so we can at least start processing some amount of this iron. How do we want to do that? Because we also, yeah, I think a thing we mentioned already, we are not even going to bother mixing all of this. That is not how this plan works. We're just going to take all of this stuff, dump it on a train, and then use the trains as... That's going to annoy me. Oh well, signal in the way. Yeah, we're just going to use... It's going to annoy me enough that we're going to do it all differently. Yeah, we're just going to use each of these trains as basically the... Why don't I have fast and sodas? Did I give away all the fast and sodas? Yeah, we're just going to put everything on a train and worry about that later and just have... We're going to continue with this plan that might still be... Yeah, it did actually need more rail, didn't we? Because we want to do the stacker stuff. Do we have more red belt here? Give me all the red belt. Sure, whatever. And then... Am I going to need more cliff explosives? Things I probably won't need. Yeah, we're just going to continue with the same terrible plan of just putting a lot of things on a train and worrying about everything else later. You probably only need 3 here, but whatever. Like so. And then the last train in either side gets 5 because, yeah, there's a point where these are running past these 3 full wagons and the last train needs to be able to receive all of it. Oh well. How are we going to get... I think we're going to get another one through... here. Yeah, that looks like that works. This is still hitting the wagon as required, okay. And I don't actually think I care about... Yeah, this one is going to go like 5 here. I don't think I care about being more specific than that. This is just going to be yet another terrible plan, of which we already have a large number of terrible plans. And there's still a whole lot of beeping, oh well. Yeah, these 3 are going to enter from the other side. We're going to just continue to put a bunch of stuff on a train. Why aren't we... It's belt delay, it's fine, okay. Yeah, this is a terrible thing that you probably shouldn't do unless you are already pretty happy to be just leaning into things that are terrible. And then we've got 3 belts of stuff over here, which we can... Yeah, we're going to have... We do also want to leave space for fuel. Let's have one of these guys filtering to the solid fuel on, say, the other side. Get rid of all of the stuff we don't want. And, yeah, this is going to be... a very similar train fuel plan to things we've done elsewhere, which is also... Actually, we can do one of these... No, we'll do it this way around, given that we have already done the thing. Okay, so we have a train fuel plan, which is supplied by the same oil supply, which I think we still could have some issues with, for various reasons, relating to when the oil train gets called, but never mind. And then, yeah, which are the other 2 belts? These other 2 belts here are the places where we're going, aren't they? So... probably even extend these a little further. We can. Okay, so we have... These ones aren't running because we're emptying the stacks we already put in the other trains, but other than that, we have a space to put a whole lot more iron on trains, which is pretty exciting. I need the landfill for the next part. Is that going to be enough landfill? We don't need the inserters at this point, so we're going to swap inserters for landfill. Because we want to build a stacker that kind of also uses the space we've got over there. So... each of these is going to get a different... yeah, this is we're going to build the stacker into this little piece of island. Piece of island? It's kind of an island. It's kind of an enclave. Things we are fine with. Oh yeah, so the biters are already registering their discontent with this new operation. I'm sure our complaints department will have something to say about that shortly. So this can stack here. This one, yeah, something like that is going to be all of the stacking. So that's the second train, which we can put in each slot. And then I think we do want a total of 3 trains to be able to be at each, yeah, in each of these stations. Can we, is it, not there. If we do this, we actually need, if we did that, we would need to be, maybe we can be more specific about exactly how much space we need. This one, yeah, all of these can actually bump forwards by 2 squares and still not be in the way of the underground, which is nice, which saves us a little bit of space here. Yeah, now we can bump the other ones forwards by 2 to like here. Yes, that fits a train of length 6, and then this one is currently fitting a train of length 7, so this one can... is that going to do what we need? That station, that section has space. This section does not quite have space. Okay. Okay, so that's enough for 6 positions, and then it's not quite enough, is it? Maybe we abandon a tiny portion of this underground... this iron ore. Or we can do this and get nearly all of it. Can we? This actually still allows us to mine all the iron ore, which is excellent. So this is going to be the plan. And hopefully now... not quite. There's enough space here. Is there enough space there? Yes. So there's enough space on these other 2 lanes. There's just not enough space for a 3rd wagon on the inside lane. So what we're going to do about that is... actually, is this going to get in the way of us trying to mine everything? No, we can still actually mine everything. It's going to be a little bit of a pain, but we can do it later. It's going to be fine. So yeah, we're going to put an extra wiggle. We're going to put a little extra wiggle into this train station. We're not doing anything with this space anyway, and now we have enough space for the train. So that's going to do what it needs. So we've now got the stacker we needed down here, which is nice. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this car. And now we've only got 1 rail line here, which is going to make all of this a little bit easier. Yeah, a little bit easier, he said, demolishing all of the cliffs. We already don't care about cliffs. Cliffs don't absorb pollution. They're fine. That cliff gets to stay. These trees... okay, so we can demolish only 3 trees. We will kill the rest of the trees via pollution, but that's fine. And then, yeah, somehow we're gonna push this rail over here. These landmines are gonna be in the way. Yeah, this is the other fuel situation I was wondering about, which is still pretty bad. Actually, we're gonna keep this a little bit scenic. Yeah, with the issue being that that's all going to be one way. This is just going to be additional stacker loop. Yeah, with the problem that we're not actually calling any more oil because we are not using the defensive oil which the train station is checking. So I think we just quickly tap that differently. Instead of checking this tank, we are in fact going to do the thing where we check this tank, but then we check oil equal to 0. Which we should be able to realize sometimes because we are directly pumping out of this tank into, you know, some other tank. Yeah, whatever, it's going to be fine. We will not have any issues with that. It'll be fine. Can we get over here before the train arrives? Yes, apparently. Okay. So, I did want another rail section here or something. Okay, so those trains are going to be able to move. And we now have a lot more iron plates trains, which is exciting. Yeah, and then I think we are going to set up... I think I grabbed some, but not all of these. So let's go and find... It's fine, that wasn't going to hit us. We were on a different path. We don't want landfill. We don't want big insert. We don't want inserters. We don't want red belt. We want... the trains and the train parts, because we want to go set up the rest of these trains. And we are fueling it here, so this is probably fine. Yeah, I think we're going to cut this bit out as well. I'm going to put more trains here, and then we are going to go somewhere and build new stations to unpack these, because basically the blue science is still not getting enough submachine guns, and it's still down to not having enough light armor, which we are just, you know, manufacturing at the rate at which we're getting iron in. And we've now got another iron solution. So yeah, I'm going to put some more trains down. It'll be fine. We are standing in the spot where we are going to do something with all the iron that we just put on the trains. And it's, yeah, this spot here, we're going to have another way of getting a whole lot more iron, light armor into the blue science, because that's what we need. I just was wondering whether or not we've got enough iron over here, and we do actually have enough iron over here. Is it because we're low on something else? Why aren't we making... Wait, what else do... I guess we can tell by checking pipes. We need more pipes manufacture, and we need more pipes trains. I guess that's not hugely surprising, because we also have, pipes over here. How many trains? We've got three trains set on pipes, so we probably should have another train on pipes, just to make sure that we're still producing power switches. But then again, we've got another whole train of power switches here, so it's not super concerning. It's mostly about, not having the light armor, which we are going to fix. How are we going to fix this? I think what we're going to do is, I already had a plan that I quite liked for this, which is pretty nasty. In that we're going to have, here's our train station where we're going to be able to put the iron. This is going to be one of the iron request stations, and I think we're going to ask for 3 iron trains here in a kind of similar way, because we're going to go through the iron quickly here. And so this is also just going to, this should be a chain signal. Probably we should have another stacker here for this, a little output stacker here for the same reason, but I think we are not going to. Okay, before we do that, let's do the rest of the plan. So we don't, maybe we do need to fuel these here. We can fuel these here. I think we're going to worry about that later. Mostly we are thinking about, we want to take things off a train. This is going to be a train that has a lot of iron in it. And the thing we want to do with that iron is we want to turn it into some light armor. But what we're actually going to do, we're not going to bother with putting things on belts, because that's a lot of iron that doesn't really need to be on a belt. We're just going to, slap a bunch of assemblers right next to the train and manufacture this stuff off the train, and be pretty happy that we are using so much of the iron to do this that we don't even need to worry. Like, this is not going to evenly pull from the train. Oh well, don't even care. We're just going to grab this stuff and put it on a belt, and then realized that there's actually more space than I needed here. That's unexpected. Yeah, and we know from this setup here, in fact we can tell from these ones, 4 of these assemblers is enough to use 1 red belt's worth of stuff. Slightly more than 1 red belt's worth of stuff, by the looks of it, which means that this setup here will be equivalent to taking 2 red belts of material off a train. Which is pretty exciting. That's like a third of what we just added. Can we... We're going to need to do this with different inserters on the other side for train alignment reasons. But I was planning on having the other train go... I was planning on having the other train over here, but we might actually be able to fit it in here. Is this a good idea at all? Maybe. I think that works. Like, it's not good, but it is good enough. So I think that's going to be what we do. And then maybe I only want to... This, having 6 here will... Yeah, so we did just put another 9 trains. We added another 3 stations and another 9 trains. So I reckon having 6 of them sit here, probably okay. And then... here is a position where we can power all of these things. Could we have done that differently? Maybe, whatever. Are we going to? No. And then, yeah, this is just going to be where all the light armor from the trains arrive. And then down here somewhere, yeah, just down here, is a place where we can... okay, so this guy needs to move. Yeah, and we only really need to worry about half a belt of stuff. Does this side load anyway? So this also already side loads, so we don't even need to worry about that aspect of it. It's just completely fine. Yeah, we can now just power this thing on, and then put the other efficiency modules and these assemblers, because, you know, we're going to efficiency module the assemblers we can, and then worry about how to get more trains in here. Maybe we just run them... Maybe we do just actually pull them through here. Because I was thinking about doing the same thing underneath here, but then I don't think there's going to be space. Yeah, that probably could go for the thirds, couldn't it? Okay, how are we going to get... But also, what am I planning on doing with this space? I have no idea. But this is also a kind of long-term thing, so I'm not necessarily unhappy about making this worse and running some trains up through here. So I think we're going to see if we can make that happen. And yeah, by make it happen I mean make things much worse. Because we have to get somehow a rail line... It looks like we're trying to put 2 rail lines through here. Okay, which doesn't work with where we've... unless we do... Okay, so neither of those positions work. Unlucky. Maybe we're just doing the stackers in the other direction. I guess we're doing stackers in the other direction. How bad are these attacks? This is a thing... Oh yeah, they are nearly through the wall? No, they are in fact through the wall. They just died to all of that fire, so that's a thing we are going to go and address, because the next attack there will have a good time. Yeah, and then figuring out, yeah, all of these stacker problems are quite possibly just the next thing we're going to look at, to just improve the rail plans a little bit. Is that true? I don't think that's true. I think the next thing we're going to look at is how to automate the capsules that we would like to be doing the combat stuff that we want to go and push some of these bases, and then while the combat supplies are manufacturing, then I think we look at getting the rest of these stackers in. Okay, so if we are running this train station in the opposite direction, because like what else are we doing? We are going to hack this in Not here. Which I guess does mean we are getting rid of these cliffs. Which means that this one can also go a little bit further. Sure. Where is... So this, if this one turns more or less immediately, then... Yeah, that's a decent space, isn't it? That's actually... Yeah, that's fine. Both of these are fine things to be doing. You've got... Yeah, both of these have enough space now. And I think, given how bad the train's plan is, yeah, all these bits of wall we don't need anymore. We kind of deletion planted them so that when bots like existed, then we'd be able to do something. We'd have like jobs for bots to do immediately, but we're also a long way from doing that. Okay, we are going to also have this be strictly one way, like so. So there's only one way that these guys can get in, there's only one that they can get out, which means that this load, yeah, this line over here is not going to have all that many, yeah, this is still going to be kind of nasty. I think this spot here is possibly a place where we would like a bunch of stackers, because at the moment, all of this line all the way around here is one single segment that any one train will be able to just block all the way over here. And so when we go iron here to iron please, and then set all of these guys off, some of these other trains, yeah, I think the immediate trains behind were already automatic, so they would pull forwards and give me enough space for these. We are going to have some fairly serious train congestion problems basically as soon as all these things are going. Yeah, so we've got one here, and then I think here is a spot, down here is a spot where we want a kind of stacker, so we can get, because we are now going to be putting a lot of trains backwards and forwards over there, but we should be manufacturing, yeah, and then a lot of iron is just coming out of these things all the time. Are we in fact still, we are not inserter limited, but that's fine. But yeah, we would like to be able to get more than one iron train down here. We could have also moved, I mean, would it have been 45? These only stack to one, don't they? So this was still, it was still better to move the trains in with, yeah, it was still better to move the train, to have trains that are moving iron than it is to be putting light armor on a train. This might actually get us killed, because we just asserted that we had control over this segment. I think if we get to this intersection here, yeah, then we are fine, because we managed to get the lock on the segment in front of us. So we probably didn't die there, but we could have also died there. I think I was also, it was kind of a risk-based calculation about probably all of these trains, although they're kind of not at the moment, will be, yeah, grabbing. Let's actually check that this train is able to, yeah, so we are connected to all of those stackers. That was probably a thing we should have done beforehand. Okay, we have things we want to automate for various reasons. We want to be able to automate slowdown capsules, because I think those are going to be quite a useful thing to be able to throw at biters when they're coming at us. We want poison capsules. I think both of these are going to happen in the original mall, because, yeah, and then the last thing we want are defender robots, which is going to happen in this mall. Defender robots are definitely happening in this mall, because we have steel furnaces over here somewhere else. So let's, how fast do these craft? 4 seconds each. Okay, fine. And then plastic, let's find, oh, chem plant we should have over here. Plastic is made from repair packs and petroleum gas. And repair packs are made from stone and pipe, and in fact we're making some here, but we've also got this lane of stone down here. So I reckon we just do that again here. Is that a good idea? How would we get... Because we've also got the gas here. How could we get this... Okay, we're going to do this differently. We're going to power this with a bigger pole from over here. These two are no longer going to exist. And then this stone is going to jump underneath like so. And then this gives us... Because neither of these things are repair packs, are they? No, these are big poles of concrete. Cool. Yeah, so this now gives us a place where we have stone, which means we can have stone into pipes, into... Okay, pull those both back by one. Stone into pipes, into plastic. Those are also both in the wrong place. Pipes, into repair packs, into plastic. Yeah. This is not very good, but it will get what it needs to done. And then we're just going to go, yeah, through here. Another big pole. This is going to be limited by the rate at which it makes pipes significantly. Like, the slowest part of this is definitely the pipes. We need one of these every couple of seconds, and then we need 4 pipes before we actually bother getting a repair pack. But then when we get a repair pack, we get no plastic because we need this. Okay, so now we've got plastic. What else did we... Was plastic defender robots? Is that what we're making? We needed steel furnaces and green ships. Steel furnaces were in the middle of this thing over here and were made from inserters and red ammo. We did have... Like, I'm pretty okay with the idea of just... Yeah, I think we're going to do a thing. I think we're going to have inserters also output here and here. Put these guys on a belt like so. And then give these a larger pole so we still reach. And then they can also just merge with the stone. So now we've got a belt of stone. And yeah, you guys take whatever. Get out of my inventory. So now we've got a belt of inserters and stone. And then we also needed red ammo, which was down here. If I put you guys on... Which side are you on? Oh, you're on the inside. That's a bit of a shame. What happens if we go this way? Are you still... This one puts you on... If we turn the belt... Okay, so we can actually go... This is going to be a slightly different hack. If we go this way and we go underground, then we can also have, yeah, more big pole action here and here. And this is not working because they're putting stuff on the inside. Okay, because we've got to kind of... Is there enough space here? There is. Okay, so now we need to get rid of the... No, not like that. So now we've got the red ammo on the inside, the inserters on the outside. This no longer wants to be shared belt. We wanted... You know what? I just wanted this for night vision, don't I? Yeah, just handcraft a bunch of slowdown capsules to get me towards the night vision, for which I also need burner inserters, which I don't remember where or how they are, but whatever. 5, 6, 7, that doesn't work there, but we can switch this belt through here. Is this even... I don't even know if it's worth automating like this. I don't know if we're going to be putting this much effort into using all of these defender robots to do as much combat as it looks like we're planning on. But we now have over here a belt of things that make steel furnaces. Yes. Wait, what do you... Oh yeah, you just need other stuff. Okay. yeah, we were still working towards defender robots, right? And then we also needed green chips from somewhere. Is it viable at all? Because I'm pretty sure we had kind of a belt of green chips. We had kind of a belt of green chips down here. Can... I mean, the answer is yes. The question was going to be, what does it cost us to spaghetti the green chips all the way down here? We could move these back by one and just do all of this with long-handed inserters. Yeah, let's use some tier 2 assemblers, and they would go here. Yeah, why were we... nope, grenades, thanks. Now, the question is, why were we doing this? It was just... Was it a... Did you guys need inputs? Maybe you just needed a lot for inputs. Sure, whatever. Out here and in there. This is also... They've also got a nice little inserter upgrade at the same time. Why can't we get... Yeah, we need more things. Oh, well. We also don't need that many... We don't need that many grenades. Are these things we should be worried about? Nah, they're all fine. Are there some over here? Yeah, they're getting through the walls. We do need to get more combat stuff just kind of built. Okay, but now we've got that, we can have... Not in that line, but we can have the chips wandering down here like so. And we could put something else on this belt as well. Did any of the other capsules need green chips? Poison capsules needed green chips and gears. I think that's a thing that happens in the other mall because we've got that stuff. And then... Yeah, we're not making long-handed inserters over here at all, are we? We're making the rail signals over here, so we're just going to grab a bunch of them, it's going to be useful. Then my inventory has a bunch of garbage that I don't want, and then somewhere through here is this other belt of green chips, which can continue to do terrible things. And then, yeah, because the thing I was thinking about is which side are these on? We kind of want these on the other side, so that we can run these this way, so that the stone can just go on the other side of the belt. And now we have green chips and inserters and stone. And I kind of hope I can remember what I was doing with these. These are defender robots, right? Defender robots. And steel furnaces. We're going to have another place where we're also automating steel furnaces. We need a lot of inserters for steel furnaces, but I think that's a thing that we understood anyway. And also for defender robots, we don't need a whole lot of these. 1 in 4 seconds? How much are you making? You're making a plastic in 2 seconds, but this is also going to be limited by the pipes. Yeah, this is mostly going to be limited by the pipes. Okay, in that case we can go... here we're just going to make steel furnaces. Here we're going to make the defender robots that we want. And... yeah, we're going to give you... double fast inserter, are we? That seems unnecessary. Yeah, we're going to use some fast inserters over here. I think I've got stuff on the belt there, whatever. Yeah. Put all this stuff in. I want to use the injured boxes, just so that they don't take up so much space in the inventory. Is this in fact defender robot automation? It might actually be defender robot automation. How many of these do we want? Let's get 4 stacks. I mean, these are also physical damage, and we don't have a whole lot of physical damage upgrades yet. It's kind of sad. But we will be able to use these and give biters something to shoot that isn't me and isn't the landmines. And so that's going to be kind of the primary method of doing things. Okay, so we have... yeah, I think the the power spike I'm planning, if we can get all of this stuff done, is, let's put the other things back in the queue. We want the blue circuits, and then we want exoskeleton, and then we also want power armor. And if we can get to having the exoskeleton, having the power armor, maybe they need blue chips and electric engines, maybe not. Yeah, if we can get those, and then also slowdown and poison capsules and landmines, and also defender robots just basically as a taunt, I think we'll be in a pretty good place. Stone and long-handed inserters. Okay, so there are two ways I'm thinking of doing this. Maybe we just do both ways. Yeah, I think we do both ways. One in each mall, because this is the mall that has the chain signals here, but they're not in a super accessible place, are they? Let's do this, and then we can have... Yeah, I think we move this one spot to the side, and we can put all the chain signals back, and then we can also have a long-handed inserter, which I don't have. Lamps... Yeah, I guess we are not going to care about the grenades build yet. We are going to take all these long-handed inserters so we can... Yeah, I mean, we've still got grenades in a box. It's fine, but we did want the long-handed inserters to be able to do builds, because with that new box placement... Wait, you also needed something? You also needed undergrounds. And then we're making coils. And then where are the undergrounds? The undergrounds are over here. Do we want to... And I think at this point, because we are automating a number of things we do, we want to figure out how to get the undergrounds over here, which is probably not going to be that hard, but might also be belt weaving. Yeah, because we've got this thing here. Yeah, I think we're just going to belt weave. It's going to be fine. Nothing ever goes wrong when you do belt weaving stuff. Okay, and then because we definitely needed a red belt over here anyway. Yeah, it'd be better to use this one, but oh well, never mind. So now we've got a way of getting undergrounds this far. And now we've got an automated way of getting undergrounds into the signals, which is nice. And then here, we have a spot where we can put an assembler here. This was one of the capsules, wasn't it? And stone. Long-handed inserters and stone. Yeah. Okay, fine. That's kind of what we wanted. We want one of these things here. This actually gets to be a regular belt. And we go in from this belt, like so. And here we've got a box where we can put a number of long-handed inserters, and we get back poison capsules. And then the other way I was thinking of doing this is kind of the reverse, where we set a similar kind of thing up in... Yeah, actually give me all of these. Okay, now we've automated this, we should definitely not make too many of them. And the same here, although it's going to be limited by... Yeah, we've got a number of hand-feeding problems now. We want a whole lot of stone engines, or stone furnaces, because over here we want to keep dropping stone furnaces in, because that's the only way the fast inserters are getting stone furnaces. That's how that works in this world. We also want to be picking up rail chain signals to take to the other base, where we will do this other kind of automation over there. I've got somehow... why do I have concrete? What went into concrete? Landmines were made? Yeah, landmines were made out of concrete. This is the stuff that I didn't want in my inventory. Kind of. Some of that stuff we want. Okay. So we have automated defender robots. We have... Yeah, and we're limited by inserters, which is fine. We are making the defender robots, which is cool. We are, yeah, going to do this slowdown capsule automation. Yeah, we need the other two capsule automations in the other mall. And then we've got... Yeah, a lot of paths to go and hand feed, which is going to be, you know, pretty bad, but oh well. Let's get over here. And then, yeah, because the other mall has no radar coverage. But I promise you somewhere in here, it might even be, I think this assembler here is mining drills. And then we've also got the gear wheels and stuff over there. Didn't I need... I needed some amount of green science for something. It was, yeah, energy shields. And then I also wanted burner drills. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of nasty handcrafting, because of course we are. We're going to grab all of this stuff, and we're going to get 2 energy shields. I didn't need to be taking all of that, whatever. You have whatever you can from my inventory. So, we're getting some energy shields, that's nice. We also want a couple of burning mining drills. I don't know if I had burner mining drills anywhere. Like, I think burner mining drills ended up getting turned into something else. How do we make burner mining drills? Copper and copper cable, okay. Give me some copper. Copper cable is made out of stone, which is over here. So now I should be able to get me. Yeah, we can have some night vision. That's all pretty exciting. So here's the mining drills. Here are the 2 boxes of things we wanted, because we were turning these into. Yeah, let's do this thing where we are again reminding ourselves of what it is we're building. Yeah, poison capsules, pretty important. Slowdown capsules needed long-handed inserters and stone. And long-handed inserters are here. Stone is down here. Can we... If we push this thing... Maybe not there, but if we push this underground, and then try and clean out our inventory a bit, and then find out where the other underground belts are... Underground belts over here? Does this mall not have underground belts? Okay, of course. Stone brick. Don't we have stone brick over here? Sure. Yeah, make me... Okay. Everyone likes handcrafting. Give me a bunch of these. Continue to make a bunch of underground belts. Do I have... long-handed inserters? Yeah. First off, give me all of these so we can just start making slowdown capsules. And then, yeah, the reason why I wanted this underground is so I can make these underground. And then we can have an assembler here, which is also making slowdown capsules, yeah? And then we can go fast inserter here. This isn't quite going to work. We need this to be... We would need to red belt that, because the thing I'm thinking about is, you know, underground here and here. Also take those out of the box. Yeah. This is gonna be fine. This kind of capsule, yes, and then we also need 2 more boxes here, or thereabouts, that allow us to continue to do this kind of disastrous nonsense. So you get all the chain signals, and now we are making... Yeah, let's not give you all the chain signals. We are making slowdown capsules according to the number of chain signals we make. Let's try and clean out the inventory again a little bit, because there's a lot of junk in here. Coal, where can coal go? Coal can go in here as a fuel. Yeah, so we're making slowdown capsules. How fast are you? 1 every 2 seconds. You are going to be limited probably by these long-handed inserters or lamps or something. Actually, you're going to be limited by... You're probably going to be limited by pipes. Pipes continue to be slow. Maybe you're actually limited by inserters. No, you're limited by pipes. It's always pipes. Okay, fine. Yeah, so we've automated some things. And then I think, how can we... How can we get these also... Okay, I think we can go... we are going to need to... Is anything here using this copper? Things here are not using the copper, are they? So they can... We can do a switcheroo like so. Get gears and chips on a belt. And then... just iron, underground pipes. Underground pipes, though, are a mess. I think we just pick up these things. and we do the same kind of mess over here. We go... Maybe we didn't need to do this underground thing, but never mind. Poison capsules, yeah. And then we're going to have 2 more boxes here. We're going to put all of the mining drills in those boxes. And can we do this with a single large bolt? We probably can. Okay, so we have... How fast are you? Could you go faster? What are you going to be limited by? You're probably going to be limited by... And these are also still mostly iron. Everything is made out of iron. Like, a lot of things are made out of, like, strange amounts of stone, but, like, the mining drills are mostly iron. These capsules are, yeah, also mostly iron. The poison capsules, mostly iron. Defender robots, huge amounts of iron, yeah. This, I think, is going to be the problem that we continue to encounter, is that red science, you know, iron and stone. Green science, mostly iron, barely any copper. Military science, mostly iron ore, barely any, you know, some other stuff, but still more than half iron ore. Chemical science, it's what, more than 7 times, we need more iron by a factor of 7 than any other input. And then as more things need more iron, it's more likely, because of random distributions, that subsequent things will also need iron. Okay, so we've got, yeah, we need to do a bit of wall maintenance. We also want to figure out... Oh, we've got things we can put in our modular armor now. This is exciting. I guess we go down to... where are my energy shields? So we are... Yeah, we kind of need... Like, these energy shields are fine, but we kind of need... We kind of need to be able to get the next size of armor to get the legs and anything, a useful amount of stuff in. But yeah, what do I have? I have the rail. I have more fast inserters than I need. Okay, this box, yeah, we've automated all of those to the extent that we want now. Yeah, sure. Let's believe that. We're going to leave some of these inserters down here, and then we've also got just an array of stuff that we would not rather have in our inventory. Gun. Yeah, these kind of guns can have that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then cleaning up my inventory a bit. Turn those pistols into wall, because that's what happens. Oh yeah, these solar panels and batteries were things that I didn't necessarily need yet. Yeah, I'm going to go and do some stacker stuff. I think I... yes, we do in fact need to do a wall maintenance run first. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to talk about stacker stuff. Because wall maintenance is pretty uninteresting. Yeah, so we're doing our best impression of our bot, adding a bunch of wall to a lot of these places. That's still safe, yes, because the cliff is in the way. Yeah, biters are still continuing to give us a bit of a hard time. I don't think we'll be able to wait till we get to that other combat spike, even though we've now got, you know, a bunch of useful things going into, you know, a lot of blue science, which is nice, a lot of military science, which is nice. Military science has backed up, which probably means we are just waiting on... Well, submachine guns have also kind of backed up. We are now just waiting on the volume of blue science that we're making. I mean, power grid is fine. Yeah, power grid is in fact fine. I mean, it's much worse than it was. We are now hitting... Yeah, these assembler 2s with prod mods rather than assembler 2s with efficiency modules are, yeah, pretty expensive, but oh well. Yeah, we want to do some kind of stacker stuff now, because we are experiencing situations like this that will kind of block everything. And so, basically what I want is... Maybe we can even just do that just right here. Like, this spot was kind of a place where I was thinking about having something like a stacker. And I think the cheap, nasty thing we can do is... Yeah, I think this will work fine. I think because we know we're going to have a lot of traffic from this section where we are... Yeah, because this train is probably waiting to go to the same place that this train is, but this train is also waiting for some other train somewhere else that's using... Like, it might even be the power switches train. It might be the power switches trying to get down... Oh, it's not power switches, they're both here. It might be walls, though. It might be walls... Yeah, it might be the wall train from somewhere else, who knows where, turning up down here, locking this intersection, stopping this train from moving anywhere, stopping this train from going anywhere, and we'd like to be able to do better than that, and we do know that there's going to be like a lot of trains going backwards and forwards across the bottom, probably in a way that would justify having multiple lanes here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do a stacker instead. We're going to continue with bad plans. But the point being, we know that there are... Okay, so first of all, a lot of this stuff doesn't need to exist. We don't need this anymore. Also, with the number of big biters we have, this entire place is not going to need to defend like this, especially not with the yellow ammo. But we can turn... I'm sure there was something useful that we were turning yellow ammo into. Was it tanks? Yes, tanks. We'll always need more tanks. So not really concerned about that. All of this has to get out the way. But the thing that I wanted to do was, and wondering how much of this I need to get out the way to demonstrate this once, is, yeah, somewhere in here. And some amount of this is probably going to need to be diagonal. But if we do something like this, and then we want to release onto this section of the network, checking what's in front, but then also let trains into this little stacker thing. And the question is that enough space? And the answer is, I don't think it quite is. I think it needs a little more turn in it, which is a shame. Because, yeah, we would want to release here, but then also continue here, and then also can we... Yeah, it does... Do the trains we have... The trains we have do not quite fit. We need one... Okay, so yeah, we've got to do that slightly differently in order to be able to fit the trains of the size that we want. Could we make this wiggle worse? If we did... that's... Like, that happened to be... kind of the correct S-bend thing that... Like, the spacing worked out surprisingly well there. Does this actually fit? This still does not fit. Okay, good, because I was going to be a little bit disgusted if that ended up being the plan. But I think this means that we need to have... Yeah. All of this stuff needs to disappear. And we will have... that's also slightly annoying. I guess we can put this pole somewhere else. We can put it down here. We didn't really need it because we're not outposting there at all yet. And yeah, kind of similar thing like so. In that... Actually, this might be just straight up the better way of doing it. Because then we can also have... not to there, but we can run this to here. Yeah. So now we can have... This, just playing on the tracks, it's fine. This is going to be regular train intersection, but is also going to be, like, we are going to break, like, this is no longer going to be the intersection. We're just going to get rid of all of this stuff. Trains might complain for a bit. Whatever, we can tidy that up later, but now we should have another spot that needs to disappear. And we now have more turns than we needed in here. But yeah, this stacker setup is going to be how we make all of this happen. Like, we can have chain signals out, testing where the things are going, and then rail signals in, which will let... Yeah, this weird pattern here is now big enough to fit the sizes of trains we are using, and because we've broken this thing, means that all trains going to the iron line to the west, like the train that just went past, will have to pass through this here section, which is nice because... Okay, yeah, we're going to get rid of those things so that when we copy all of this we don't pick it up. We're going to have more of these, is the entire point. We are going to have some number of stackers. That one doesn't fit, does it? This one does not turn... Yeah, this one doesn't fit. But 4 is probably enough, because we are only using this when trains are trying to... Actually, that definitely ought to stay. We are only using this when trains are trying to go in the other direction. But it means that any train from either of these branches heading towards that iron outpost across the water will have this other kind of stacker thing that it can go to, even if other rail lines are contested. And then we want things like this in other places as well. Yeah, good reasons to be like not playing on rail tracks, it's fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna, I mean, we actually, oh, that's not true, we can't leave that like that. We definitely need the second one at least set up before wandering away from it. Okay, yeah, so trains can, this will be like a little parking zone that trains can be able to use, but I think we need more of those in other places as well. Like, I think we need one... Here is actually a really good spot because we can take advantage of this corner to be able to put things down there, and that also means that like this spot now is where I'm looking at for major congestion issues, because if these trains are trying to leave, or if any of these trains are trying to leave, and all of our rail base, yeah, we've done kind of some silly rail base things. We've got a large number of train stations that are constantly needing large throughput of stuff in one side of the base, and then the things that are making, yeah, we're making the switches on the other side of the base, we're making the walls on the other side of the base, we're making a lot of the iron plate on the other side of the base. Yeah, we've made that rail basically as bad as it could be, so I think we want another stacker type thing. Yeah, the pipes are kind of in the way, but whatever. We could do the same thing like down here, if I can, yeah, we can have parallel paths here pretty easily and signal all of that kind of stuff. So this section here will still be disastrous continued one-way stuff. In fact, we could probably... Putting double chain signal here is awful, but it will mean that these trains that are going to the left will be able to take a different selection of locks to these trains that are continuing to the north, which might be worth doing. But yeah, I think we want a stacker here, we want a stacker probably over here, because this section of stuff is also the only way that several of these trains are moving around. And then also maybe in here, maybe in... This is actually another good spot. Yeah, doing this kind of stuff where we can have places for trains to get to that aren't just the destination stations, so that we can have, yeah, all of this running a little better. So I'm going to run around and do that a bit. Maybe we'll tick through exoskeleton equipment. The next tech is the power armor, which we also... Actually, we're most of the way through exoskeleton equipment. How do we make this? Advanced circuits, fast inserters, speed modules. We have at least some of... The only thing I don't think we're making... We're making... Yeah, we don't have red circuits anywhere, but they are just made from steel, and steel is from cooked pipe. So that's a thing I think I hacked together just a small thing of, because we can probably just handcraft... Like, how many of those do we need? How many of those do we need for some exoskeletons? We need 10 advanced circuits and 9 speed modules, and we actually haven't... Have we automated? How many did we need? 9 speed modules, okay. We are just gonna handcraft all of those. We will have enough for 2 exoskeletons, which is gonna be spicy. We're not gonna have a lot of space. We are gonna need the other solar panels. But then, yeah, 10 advanced circuits, for which I think we'll cook some steel, and then can handcraft the rest of that. That'll be fine. And we will have... Yeah, this is doing what it needs to. There's some of the train that's going past. These trains are getting out of their way. Yeah, stacker stuff. We're going to do a bunch of those and set up some handcrafting to be able to get the exoskeletons, the armor that we want, and then we might be able to do some combat. Maybe. Okay, so yeah, we built a bunch of stackers, and this is probably the worst of them. Sure, this is... Yeah, whatever, don't worry about it. It's fine. This is... Yeah, let's see how big these attacks are. Is this... Yeah, there's near constant beeping. We do need to go and kill a bunch of dudes, but basically, we've got a stacker, air quotes stacker, whatever this thing is. It's kind of double-sided, but it does mean that trains will have places they can go that's kind of towards their stations rather than just like having to wait the entire time to get to the entire next station. So we've got some in these places like this. This spot here is still kind of where I want one because this little stretch of rail through the middle is pretty highly important. Yeah, we've got one over here as well. Maybe I wanted one here. There is one up here for trains that are going to or from the... Actually, the only place where we're putting coal and copper into the network at the moment, but never mind. And yeah, all of that is, I mean, the train system is still pretty bad, but we've now got a couple of hacks to make it slightly more functional. The pollution is, yeah, continuing to be a problem. We might even be polluting the space. We're actually doing some defense down here, which is an issue because we were not set up for that at all. We've got to go destroy these guys, got to probably clear out all of these dudes. I mean, if we take an expansion in the wrong place, that would be extremely bad. We also don't have, yeah, not very good walls up here either. So yeah, cool. Some of the advantages of this kind of stacker setup is that we can at least, like, we're now a lot more comfortable about just dropping trains in a certain number of places and not getting hit by any other train because, yeah, we can put things in stackers and then we've got this section and then we're waiting for some other train to get out of the way, and it's still, like, it's still an issue. Yeah, if we had this stacker set up here, then maybe we could have continued to this stacker before getting out, although it's still going to be a mess, and I don't think it ever won't be a mess. But we are hitting... Do we need more underground pipe trains? Maybe. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, we are working on the power armor. We don't know how to make power armor yet, because we haven't looked at what's in it, but we have finished the handcrafting of the speed modules that we wanted, and we've also got over here somewhere some amount of steel, not very much steel, because the furnace ran out of fuel, but never mind. Yeah, we're just going to hack together a quick little steel build here because we wanted steel for advanced circuits. Did we want advanced circuits so we could make the... We did. And that's the only other thing we need. We need the green science, which I guess we can go for a walk and get. And then also... Are you guys done with the production of... Yeah, we've got a couple of hundred of these. Let's just keep making poison capsules because they're going to be useful. And then we've got more fast inserters in there. Green science was what we wanted. We wanted to just run down here. And let's get some from the middle because it looks like this is kind of backing up and there might be a pile of green science we can have. So that's nice. And then... boilers was the other thing we wanted, and boilers are made out of bricks and sticks, all of which we have up here. So, how many... We need 20 red circuits for the number of... Yeah, we want 2 exoskeletons. That's what we want. We're now going to be handcrafting the boilers, we're going to be handcrafting the red circuits. We don't really have bulk red circuits or anything like that. Like, there's nothing else here that we actually really need. Get out of my inventory. Green science, yeah. So we're going to get these 2 exoskeletons. At some point, power armor is also going to happen, and I don't really think we can use... I don't really think we've got a use for these exoskeletons until we get that power armor. But I think we're going to run around a bit and, like, empty out the inventory a little, because we need... Yeah, we need, at this point, basically infantry space. Do I need grenades? And then I think also hotbars. Like, we've got this kind of building hotbar, but I think I'm going to need another hotbar of fish, and then I don't think grenades are going to be useful at this point at all, but I think I do want poison capsules, slowdown capsules, definitely still fish, defender robots because we're using those. What's this? Yeah, whatever. So we're going to have a kind of a combat hotbar. Oh, landmines. Landmines are going to be a big part of how we do combat. So getting between these will probably be important. I think we're still doing some gun turret stuff just as a fallback position. But yeah, we might have, having talked about all of these things again, yeah, other places where stackers would be good, like from here. In fact, this entire thing could get reorganized, although it means this belt of chips and stone might have to move. But yeah, we're doing some handcrafting. The base is mostly turning over. The pollution is getting pretty bad. I think I'm going to run around while we're waiting for power armor to finish. We at least show me the last hour of science consumption. Okay, so there are some gaps where the trains aren't present, but most of the time we are pushing out like 700 science a minute, which is pretty nice. And does that also correspond to roughly how blue science is being produced? Yeah, we're producing pretty much the 900 we wanted, except for some times when trains are not present, which I think I'm actually kind of fine with. So yeah, so we just need to get around to getting this power armor researched, cleaning out my inventory because there's a bunch of stuff I don't want, which may as well... Okay, maybe it's not going to live in that chest. Maybe some of it's going to live in this chest. Yeah, and then setting up for some combat, because I don't think we're polluting this base yet, but we're definitely polluting this base, and it's an issue. And yeah, there's just a bunch of different dudes we need to stop, because also as we are approaching more and more big bite, it's 0.68, this is just going to get more and more difficult, and we will, yeah, because we're using so much iron, we've got these two patches tapped. Where is iron that we're currently not using? There's some iron here which we're not using. There's some iron here that we're not using. I'm thinking of this as mine already because we can wall this off even though we haven't, so that's also a thing. Iron here, I'm also thinking of this as mine because we're going to consume all of this, but there's only, what, 3 or 4 iron patches that I'm currently not using. And the thing is, we don't know what purple science is made out of. Oh yeah, and then we also... Yeah, we're not polluting those guys yet, so that gap in the wall is kind of fine. Don't know what purple science is made out of. That's going to be a problem. I kind of hope it's made out of... Is it belt? Yeah, belt uses copper ore, and then not boilers. Was it burner inserters? Maybe it wasn't. Oh, was it splitters? Yeah, splitters. Splitters use a lot of copper ore. Maybe we can be lucky and end up with a purple science or yellow science recipe that uses a lot of regular belt or splitters or something that uses a lot of copper. Otherwise, maybe we do... Do we need to do more wall maintenance? We kind of do need to do more wall maintenance. These two are... Yeah, also kind of damaged, yeah. And then this is just another side of the base that we need to push out. So yeah, waiting for power armor, sorting out the inventory, wall maintenance, being sad. Yeah, so there's a lot of beeping, and this is kind of what it looks like at the moment. We did get through the research, though, which is also, in a way, pretty exciting, and I think we got kind of lucky. I did peek at what it took to build power armor, and it turns out to be stuff we already have. So I think we've got ridiculously lucky with like not being able to build the thing we didn't really care about, but being able to build both kind of capsules, which is big, being able to build the defender capsule, not needing to do any more research to get power armor, and in fact I've crafted a bunch of those things that we need, except for, you know, shotgun shells, which we've got here. We can have some power armor. So let's put the shotgun shells back because we don't need them. Yeah, time to get all of this stuff out of my inventory, and I think we have the space to be able to take off the modular armor, so that we can just straight up get the power armor equipped when we finish making it. And then over here are some... what if I have... Whatever, where can I throw these away? Is there anyone who can take my copper ore? Oh well, whatever, I guess we just carry that around for a bit. Yeah, we can now put in... Like, I think we are going to struggle with having enough... Yeah, I don't think I want both shields. I think I would rather have more solar panels, because these things take a lot of power, and we're going to be leaning heavily on the batteries. And it's also nighttime at the moment, which is a little bit a little bit disappointing. Oh well. But yeah, let's grab all of the things we want, figure out what we want to leave behind. We also did some fishing. That's probably going to be important. Yeah, these things we won't need. Maybe we keep the radars. But yeah, we've got a bunch of slowdown capsules, a bunch of poison capsules, defender robots, all the things we might need. And we're going into combat research. Because that's kind of the space where we are. Don't go back to the mall. Where do we want to push first? I think it has to be this space. Like, we're getting attacked in a lot of different places, and they're getting kind of heavy, and hopefully it works out and we don't explode, because it could also go kind of badly at this point. Do we have? Yeah, we've got a bit of a speed boost. We've also got this hotbar with, yeah, you. I don't want to see you. I just want to get all of, yeah, should we actually, probably we should be driving around in a car when we can. Like, we do not have, like, the car is not resilient enough to be doing landmine pushes and stuff like that when we're looking at, are they? Yeah, we've actually got big worms down here. Things that are an issue. Oh well. Let's get some of these out. We also don't have, is this going to work at all? Maybe? Yeah, even the big worms. I mean, this is okay. It's kind of working. Like, this is definitely working. I mean, we could even have. I mean, we're also currently not using the poison capsule or the slowdown capsules. We also have the flamethrowers, which we're not using. I think this is going to be a manner of push that kind of works, because we only really need to clear out the nests. Okay, so that was, in some sense, a successful test. I think the defender robots helped. There's not another. I can't tell if there's another expansion in there or not. I mean, this also, yeah, needs to go. But yeah, I think that might be what the combat looks like for a while. That's a radar artifact, it's fine. Down here, do we have any expansions we need to worry about? Not really. Yeah, so I think the tech concerns are we just continue to push towards, this is kind of a bad spot to be in. Okay, they're fine. Yeah, I think we continue to push towards the purple tech. Is this a base? How concerned should we be about this spot? Yeah. I think we continue to push towards purple or maybe yellow tech. Yeah. Reasons why getting stuck there is bad, and also why running out of suit charge is super bad. But yeah. Yeah, landmine's super good. Also, just movement speed super good. Maybe the defender robots are good for shooting at things. Yeah, so we can clear out nests of that size pretty easily. I think I'm going to need to be more careful pushing out larger nests. Let's also just go for a drive around this coast, because I think also, yeah, thinking about purple science, thinking about yellow science, my impression is that the territory I secure right now is going to be the entire resource profile that we get to work with up to purple and or yellow science, up to the point where, yeah, we get like artillery and spidertrons and things like that, because I think we are about to experience, I was wondering if I'm going to have to click explosives there, yeah, about to experience a level of biter intensity that is problematic to do like on foot or at all. But that water there, if that connects to this, yeah, this is all coastline here, isn't it? I think that could be... please don't kill my car. Yeah, you can go away, it's fine. Yeah, I think if that coastline is where it is, then we are going to be pushing out a bunch of that territory as well, and also just dealing with this base. Maybe there's another little land bridge here that we also lock off. I think it's time to make all of this territory mine as well. Yeah, that is maybe the best case that the water could have been. So, I mean, this episode has been pretty long in terms of stuff I've done, but there have been big chunks cut out of it. I think I want to clear out this entire section. Wall here, wall here. These are going to be big walls, but they're also smaller than what's over here. Probably wall over here if we push all this stuff out, and then yeah, I don't. These are all pretty big bases, and they're pretty angry. These guys also need to go, and then I think yeah, basically all of it, and that might let us secure a couple of extra fairly important iron patches. I think the science is mostly just turning over now at the moment, which is, you know, a nice spot to be. And otherwise, yeah, I think we might bring it back when we get to some of the nastier, risky pushes. But yeah, my health bar at this point is mostly the battery in the suit, because if the battery in the suit runs out, then I lose my movement speed, which is also how we're dodging most of this stuff. The shields are, you know, kind of important, but I would rather have the movement speed, and also getting hit by worms still a bit of an issue. Yeah, it does look like this is mostly pretty viable. So we're going to call that a successful play. We're just going to kick through, yeah, we're going to kick through the explosives because that might help me push. We're going to get the mining productivity, and then I think we look towards either purple or yellow. Is that true? That's not true at all. We don't even have construction bots yet. So we're going to have to go after the construction bots and then later figure out how to make all that stuff. Yeah, but there's also going to be a significant period of just combat and cleaning this stuff up, and yeah, basically securing a whole lot more terrain absorption, because we're not using this stuff yet. There's forests out here that could be absorbing stuff. That's not people spitting at me, is it? No, I'm fine. Oh, it was the bots falling out of the sky. And then, yeah, upsides of, you know, there's desert around here, which means we didn't have to clear out any trees for the flamethrowers to burn down, but also there's basically no absorption, and we've got, you know, 6. Okay, some of it's not. We're not using all of it. We've got the capacity to use more, but we're also just like right here versus some quite large nests of quite angry bugs. Yeah, and we went from what, 0.64 to 0.69 evolution in one episode. Yeah, reasons why I think we have to lock down a whole lot of territory now in a pretty normal science multiplier way, because behemoths are going to turn up and we are not going to be in a position to deal with them. Yeah, fun times, lots of stuff.